This is the 2016 Toyota Tacoma, all new from top to bottom and not a moment too soon. The Chevy Colorado and GMC Canyon returned last year and pretty much changed the game for mid-size pickups. The segment-leading Tacoma had suddenly become old and outdated, albeit still capable and still a stud when it came to resale values. Toyota says its truck has two target consumers, full-time bros and part-time bros. But bros aside, the new Tacoma has some interesting, not to mention big, shoes to fill. The previous generation began in 2004, so a full redesign was already overdue, and it needed a level of sophistication that would meet modern efficiency standards. This, in and of itself, wasn't so hard. Automakers refresh and update models all the time. The kicker was that it also had to be great off-road. You can't just produce two generations of world-beating off-road trucks and then follow up with a lackluster third act. The bros would mutiny. Luckily, Toyota succeeded in both regards. The interior still isn't quite as nice as its GM counterparts, but it leaves the Nissan Frontier in the dust. Better door sealing, acoustic glass, and more floor insulation make the 2016 much more comfortable on the highway. The biggest improvements, though, are found under the hood. The 2.7-liter inline-4 isn't much to write home about, but the all-new 3.5-liter V6 has some tricks up its sleeve. When it needs more power, the V6 can operate as an Otto cycle engine, making 278 horsepower and 265 pound-feet of torque. If it doesn't need all that, the engine can run as a more efficient Atkinson cycle motor. The Atkinson cycle incorporates variable valve timing to keep the intake valve open just a tad longer. This decreases resistance against the pistons on the compression stroke, and it improves efficiency. You lose a little power doing this, but you also use less fuel. If we lost some bros' interest with the technical details, this should bring them back. Both engines are available with a 6-speed manual transmission. So it's more comfortable, more powerful, more efficient, and it comes with a stick shift. Add in the only composite bed liner in the segment, and Toyota's done a fine job updating their truck. That leaves our last question. How does it do off-road? I realized that the course we drove was built from existing terrain and a few thousand pounds of dirt near a big parking lot. But rest assured, the Tacoma totally owned that parking lot. There's lots of tech to get you over big piles of dirt and mud, including an electronic transfer case so you can switch from 2- to 4-wheel drive on the fly, a locking rear differential, and a multi-terrain select system which operates in a similar fashion to the system I tested in the Jeep Renegade. It's magnificent. The Tacoma needed an update to stay competitive with the GM twins, and it's done a good job. There's room to improve on the interior, but the engine is strong, the cabin is markedly improved, and the off-road shops prove that Toyota put in some serious overtime on this truck. As always, check out our full overview of the Tacoma on CarGurus, and remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos. I don't know if I'm a full-time bro or a part-time bro. I'd say I bro 25, maybe 30 hours a week, but I did go to the gym, so maybe that counts as like bro time and a half. We could say it's brover time.